Coming up, the man accused of decapitating a Houston man has been arrested, and the alleged killer was a friend of the victim, according to acquaintances. A crazy-ass bingo parlor bust in Harris County that would leave grandma clutching her pearls. They had guns, MREs, and a fully stocked bunker. All they were missing was 059 and Armageddon. Donald Trump is hopping on a plane to Louisiana, but where's President Obama? Oh, chilling on vacation. If you don't get to Louisiana right now. And Factor Gives, we'll tell you who's dropping by to give back to the community. That and more coming your way on The Factor tonight.
This is The Factor, Uncensored.
And welcome to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. It has been a 2-week absence, but we're back stronger than ever. We have some great guest topics, and we will have live entertainment throughout the show with singer Kylan from right here in Houston. But before we get to that, we want to get to the hot topics with Angela Chen. She has a lot of news. She's working on it for us. Angela?
That is right. And what else is new in hot topics? We've got the gruesome and the grisly in Houston tonight. We start with a man accused of beating and decapitating an auto parts store owner. He is behind bars tonight. Now, this happened on the southeast side. The crime itself is painful to even talk about, but what's even more baffling is that the store owner had been trying to help his alleged killer get back on his feet. And the man who was killed was Inayatollah Corson, nicknamed Endy. And families say Endy saw 62-year-old Raymond Jackson not as a homeless man to be ignored, but as a person who needed help. Now, they told us the Iranian immigrant hired his alleged murderer for odd jobs around his store and even gave him food and money. But then something changed. Store employees found him dead and called police. There was surveillance video, but it is simply too graphic to show. Now, police were able to pick up Jackson around midday on the southeast side, and they haven't been able to reveal a motive for the murder yet. And this man does leave behind a wife and 2 boys, 13 and 17 years old.
Horrific. I thought I was in a nightmare or looking at a horror movie when it first came on the news. What else you have? Right.
All right, moving on. We've got a 6-year-old kid. He is dead after allegedly being abused by a 26-year-old man. A traffic stop led to his arrest of Evan David Nolan yesterday. He was pulled over by a Leeds City police officer for driving recklessly. The officer says a woman got out of the car holding an unconscious child. Now, this child was taken to Clear Lake Regional Medical Center. Discovered this kid had serious brain trauma and significant internal injuries. This guy, Nolan, currently only charged with injury to a child. Can you believe that? This kid died.
Yeah.
Only charged with injury.
Needs to thoroughly investigate that case along with the police department in that area.
It's always awful. It's ridiculous when the kids have to pay for the mistakes of parents, right? Okay, we are moving on. Whatever these guys were getting ready for, you said it in your headlines. It was not good. All right, this crime ring bust at a bingo hall. I am talking about major bust. A year-long investigation led into an alleged gambling and organized crime ring at a bingo hall, led to the arrest of 12 people, including the owners. Now, officials said they found unregulated ATMs and slot machines, over $15 million in illegal transactions. Now, the Harris County District Attorney says investigators recovered cash, guns, ammo, body armor from the Paradise Day and Night Bingo Hall in southeast Houston. They say they're not sure why they were collecting so many guns.
Apparently Armageddon.
Apparently, I thought zombie apocalypse is the reason I was going with here.
All they were missing were smoked Vienna sausages down there.
Oh my gosh.
That's my survival kit.
Sausages?
Vienna sausages. Smoked.
He's got standards. But anyway, they found just under 100 guns, if you can believe it, from this entire bust. Makes you wonder what they were planning. And they had a bunker too, so who knows. Anyway, we will report on that and we'll find out more as we get it. Okay, Zika. We gotta talk about Zika. If you've got plans to go to Miami, like I do in September, like an idiot, you'll want to keep this in mind. South Beach has been ID'd as a second site of Zika transmission by mosquitoes in the U.S. Not good news, because high-rise buildings and strong winds are making it difficult to spray the area. 5 cases of Zika have been linked to mosquitoes in Miami Beach, bringing the total number of cases in the state to 36 for local transmissions. That means bitten by mosquitoes in Florida, and then you get it, not by travel or anything like that, which is, I don't know if you find that alarming, do you?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do you find that alarming?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
we're all at risk in some form of fashion with that virus
Zika,
out there.
Right, especially pregnant women. They're obviously telling pregnant women to stay away from that area now, but that alarms me because mosquitoes come to me for whatever reason.
I ain't say I'm pregnant and I'm announcing it here on The Factor Uncensored.
Okay, don't listen.
You never know. Break your news here.
No, okay, I'll break it here through Isiah, blabbing it to everyone. Not pregnant. But anyway, moving on, we're ending with Lochte Gate, which is a stupid word because anytime there's a controversy, people like to tack the word gate on there. Lochte Gate, you've heard about Ryan. He apparently told everybody that he was held up at gunpoint during the Olympic Games in Rio. Well, you know what happened?
They lied. They made it up.
They
made it up.
They vandalized the gas station bathroom.
Kids.
Well, Ryan Lochte's 32 years old.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Can't say he was
That's the whole thing. The Olympic Committee, one of the representatives said, they're kids. They're not kids. They're adults, and they should be held responsible for their actions.
At 32, you should probably know
30,
better.
Probably? Most certainly.
You certainly.
You should be thrown under the jail. Can we charge him with perjury?
Lochte, he didn't lie on the stand, but he did lie to police. Lochte has apologized, saying he should have been, quote, more responsible and that he's sorry. Although Brazil really offended by this because it hurt their image. It made it seem like more crime was there than was, although, you know.
All right. Thanks a lot,
anyway,
Angela Chen. We'll see you next week on the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Coming up, we're going to talk about Open Carry Texas, the organization pushing for a change in Waller County. Take a look. It's quality.
Clear, and they're supposed to follow it, and they're not.
They're supporting that open carry law and Texas carry leader Terry Holcomb. He was sued by the Waller County District Attorney after Holcomb served notice to the county saying they're violating Texas open carry law by not allowing firearms in the courthouse.
You would not expect to be sued by your own government for exercising your First Amendment right.
Those who support open carry say the Texas Attorney General has made it clear they have every right to walk into this building with their guns as long as it's not an actual courtroom. Assistant District Attorney Sean Whitmore says their information on the law is wrong. He says in 2003, the Texas legislature in this law said firearms are not allowed on the premises where a court is located.
Where those buildings actually have a court inside, those are prohibited from being allowed to carry any kind of firearm, whether it's a concealed handgun or a long gun. No one except for judges, prosecutors, law enforcement officers, and people with written authorization of the court.
Now, welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Joining us now is David Ahmed, also Sean Whitmore, Assistant District Attorney in Waller County. David, you're with Open Carry Texas right here in Houston. Now, according to Sean Whitmore and his office, you guys don't have a right to carry a weapon inside of the Waller County Courthouse, so why do you persist?
Well, because the law and the opinion of the Attorney General says otherwise. That's why. It's a very simple thing. The law is crystal clear, and the Attorney General has said right here. And if you'd like, I'll be glad to read it. But the end result is, consequently, the Office of the Attorney General has determined that the signs posted outside the entrances to the courthouse are in violation of the government code.
Now, Sean Whitmore from the Waller County District Attorney's Office, Assistant District Attorney. Is the Attorney General correct with that notice that he sent to you guys in Waller County?
No, Isaiah, he's not correct. The plain language of 4603 says that a building, the premises, which a building or portion of a building where there's a government court, it's prohibited for anyone to carry a firearm in there. Ultimately, the Attorney General's opinion, just like in his violation letter, it's all meaningless because he's not using the legislative history that we've had regarding this law since it was changed in 2003, which has been very, very clear that it was meant to uncover the entire courthouse, not just courtrooms. It couldn't be more clear. He's right on that. But the problem is, where it's not clear, it's just the Attorney General's opinion because it's meaningless. Fundamentally, he misreasons the law. Do you
think he's intentionally misreading the law? Because he has a staff of attorneys there. And I read the law that you pointed out, and it makes sense to me. No carry on court premises where a court is located, the entire building. Do you think he is pandering to this group and he's intentionally reading what he wants to?
I hope not, but you know, there's always that danger. You know, every time you have public office.
Is that the crux of the whole argument here is the premises thing? You're using the definition of premises as the building, the whole building? Is that where this is coming from?
That's the law.
I understand that's the definition of a premises.
But?
It is crystal clear, sir.
Sir.
It's crystal clear. 4603 of the Penal Code. It's right there in black and white. Now, I realize that lawyers like to take things and twist them up and play with them on the tips of their fingers all the time, but at the end of the day,
Sir, I'm going to
it's
try
a
not
real
to interrupt
simple
you,
concept.
but you did interrupt my answer.
Okay,
But the
let him
answer
finish,
for-
David.
Finish your answer.
4603 premises does mean the entire building. And the reason we know that is because when the legislature passed the law that changed that portion of the statute, that changed the definition of what a government court is and where you are allowed to carry and when you're not, where they inserted the word premises, the legislature said the reason that we're doing this, if you go back and read the testimony, is that they wanted to keep guns out of the entire courthouse. The Attorney General just said, we don't care about that. We're just going to go with what we think the law is. The problem is, he is a non-binding opinion. His weight of
David,
it has
real
no weight
quick,
of law.
we have a minute left. You're talking to an attorney who's read the law, researched the law. He knows about open carry. He's an open carry person. You have a gun, right?
I open carry every day.
Yeah, so tell me.
I'm glad to hear that.
Why not believe what he's saying?
Because he's wrong. Look, it's very simple. We have this thing. This thing is called the law. I have to follow it, you have to follow it, and the government has to follow it. It's a very simple matter of Waller County just wants to do what Waller County wants to do. The law says otherwise. Well, you can say it's untrue all you want to. Grass is green, water is wet, and the law says what it says.
5 seconds.
Fundamentally, we're not wrong. The Attorney General is. He's misreading the law, and his opinions have no weight of law. Only
Have
the
fun
court
with that
can say what the
$10,000
law is.
Ongoing
fine.
debate. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored, and as we told you, we will be giving you some music, live music from Kylan performing here at Boudreaux's on 610. And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. You're listening to Kylan Live, who's performing here at Boudreaux's near 610 in the Galleria. And it's now time to talk politics with Kathleen McKinley and Carmen Rowe. Welcome, ladies. We've been off for 2 weeks, and now we're back. You've been traveling, you've been working, and I've been on vacation. So first up, Trump. He's trying to do a shakeup with his campaign, make some changes. Will it be for the better, Kathleen?
Well, if the speech that he gave is any indication, the recent speech, yes. Best speech he's done so far. Kelly Conway, who I've met over these last 10 years in being in politics, looks like it's the best decision he's made, because it looks like not only did she write an excellent speech, but sent him to Louisiana where he needed to be.
Now, Trump making changes, sticking to the teleprompter, sticking to talking points. Is he improving?
I think he's improving, but I think it's too little too late. I mean, it's like changing lawyers in the middle of a case. I think we've gone far too long with the Trump that everybody's come to know and love, whether they do or don't, and I don't think it's going to make a lot of impact at this point. I mean, we're talking 10s into the 30s on the count, where he's down in the numbers against Hillary. So I don't know if he can come back from that, even if he makes big changes.
One of the things you alluded to, Kathleen, was him going to Louisiana.
Right.
Is that a publicity stunt, photo opportunity, or do you think he really cares and it's the right thing to do right now? So that's a loaded question.
Yeah, well, of course it's political, but it did look good. It looked great. I think it probably kind of embarrassed Obama into going on Tuesday. So it made him look good. The only thing better he could have done was like write $1 million check to FEMA or whoever.
Are we sure he has $1 million? He won't show the tax returns.
Oh, he's being audited. That's what he said. So yeah, we'll
That's
see.
the line,
but,
and you're
yeah.
sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think Hillary should go. I mean, this is a major thing that the media seems to be ignoring for the most part, and these people are suffering. I was just there last week, and they need help. They need all the attention they can get.
And my hometown. Carmen Rowe, tell us Trump made the right decision, and why hasn't Obama gone yet?
You know, that's the problem. I think it was the right thing to do, whether it was political or not, and I think it really shines a light on Obama and Hillary that they weren't there. And I have heard, though, that Obama's going to be there next week, and so maybe he'll cut the golf short for that, but I think it sends the wrong message to Louisiana.
Too late, though? You know, if you have to address the public and say, well, I'm having a vacation, maybe next week.
Not just that, but I'm coming after Trump came.
Yeah.
That's not the right message to send as our president, I don't think.
The whole golf thing was a very bad idea for him. Yeah, that was bad.
Wrong time.
You know, and we've had that history with Louisiana, with the governor, Kathleen Blanco, when she refused to come back during Katrina, and we know she's no longer governor there.
Right.
So I don't understand why they don't see the writing on the wall, and they should, you know, go see those
those people who are suffering.
I don't understand. It's really amazing when you get to a certain power level, how you just stop seeing how normal people look at things. Because, you know, people, all of us sit there and go, what? Why, you know, I understand why Obama didn't go right away, because there's a rescue thing going on. We understand that. But you make a statement, you make people feel better, you comfort them, you know, I mean, that's what you do. So I don't understand that level of power you get to where you don't understand what normal people go through.
Carmen, you get the last 30 seconds on this issue.
I think that sending FEMA was something Obama did do, and that was crucial in the first days after this incident. But yeah, Louisiana is an amazing place. They're passionate, they're strong people, and they're not going to be ignored, and they shouldn't be. I think everybody should be down there in Louisiana giving them all the support they can.
That's right.
Absolutely. Once again, my hometown. Thank you, ladies. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored. We're live here at Boudreaux's, and here's Kylan live. And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. As usual, she's ready to go and foaming at the mouth.
Foaming at the mouth, baby. I'm just checking. Is there any Jolanda, any
no surprises for you here this week.
Thank
She wore
you.
that ass out the last time.
Hey, we're going to sit down and have a rational discussion next time.
Okay. I'm definitely inviting her back for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Your time.
You know, here's the deal. I am so ready to talk about something other than Black Lives Matter or radical Muslim terror. Trust me. But I have to address what happened in Milwaukee. Now, as I see it, Black Lives Matter has two major follies working against it. Number one, it was started on the basis of a lie. Hands up, don't shoot the Michael Brown, that was a lie. The second folly it has perpetrated is that it's turning criminals and thugs into martyrs and saints, which is ridiculous. And so last Saturday we have this career criminal, 23-year-old Seville Smith, love the name by the way, Cadillac, let's call him Cadillac.
Boy,
anyway,
that was so racist right there.
It was not right. Cadillac, anyway, he takes out a gun, he's got a stolen gun, he was told by the police officer to put his weapon down, did not comply, he was shot by a black police officer. So, you know, what's a good race hustling organization to do? Well, instead of waiting for facts, which is what normal people do, they went out and proceeded to riot and burn down 4 businesses.
So you're saying the riot was done by Black Lives Matter?
Yes, it was. It absolutely was.
Not just criminals in the street?
No, it was done by Black Lives Matter, and they had T-shirts on.
So where are your facts to prove that?
There were T-shirts on. They were saying this is sponsored by Black Lives Matter. They
were have on a Gucci dress, but that doesn't mean you work for Gucci.
They were shouting Black Power in the streets, and the soupçon, the coup de grace, as they were calling for beatdowns of white people, which is a nice touch. Now, here's the problem with Black Lives Matter is they don't want to ever talk about why the black community in a large proportion is in such disarray, and that's because they're getting rich off the backs of it. They're getting rich by stirring racial animosity. And they're the same tired old things happen over and over again. You know, white people don't give them any money. White people are racist. Cops are racist.
So you have the answers for the black community.
No, I'm saying this is going to take generations to unravel.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Absolutely. But David Clark, who is a black Milwaukee sheriff, he has said what many conservatives have said for time immemorial.
He's a black who says what you want him to say.
No, that is not true.
Yes,
he is a person who speaks truth and is what conservatives have always said.
He says what you want him.
Democrat policies have caused more angst and anger in the black community than any conservative ever would.
We got to get Jolanda Jones back.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Angela Boggs. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored after this. We're live at Boudreaux's. And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Right now, we're going to check your weather with Dr. Jim.
Over the past week, we've seen a lot of rain. It was very rainy at the beginning of the week, and even in the second half of the week, we saw more showers sort of here and there, hit and miss. That's what I expect to see over the weekend. The moisture will still be coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. The difference is a front will be coming from the north. Now, it's too early in the year for us to see the front get all the way down here to the Houston area, but it will be close enough that we will see a few showers popping up, maybe a little better chance for that on Monday. But as far as for Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see temperatures in the 80s in the morning hours, 90s in the afternoon, and about a 30% chance for a shower here or there. In the morning hours, maybe those showers closer to the coast, and in the afternoon, be a little bit more inland. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast then, and like I said, we're talking about a 30% chance for the most part through the weekend, 40% chance for showers and storms on Monday, and then even still a chance for some possible showers well into next week. Highs in the 90s, lows will be in the 70s.
And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Now, Ed Sheeran had a #1 hit all around the world for a 2-year period. But a Houston woman says she needs to be paid off of that hit. We have more in this report. Joining us now is Catherine Griffin Townsend Grignon. We know you as Jose's wife from the morning show, but also you're in a lawsuit right now against Ed Sheeran. Now tell us a little bit about why you're suing him.
Well, first of all, Isaiah, you got to understand, when you rent a car, you can't keep the people's car. You got to pay them. That's infringement of intellectual properties. I can't keep those folks' car without paying. That's against the law. What Ed Sheeran has done is he's made this beautiful song, but all of the music is Let's Get It On.
The sound that we hear under it, not the lyrics.
The lyrics don't belong to me.
Right, the music.
I own 100% of the airs. We own 100% of the publishing. And I'm honored that he wanted to use my father's great works. But he got to pay for that. He just can't take people's stuff.
Now, did you guys approach him and his label before you got to a lawsuit? Can you talk about that?
Well, our team of attorneys got together and we reached out to Ed Sheeran's people, and they didn't want to hear it at first, basically because in the industry, people have been stealing folks' stuff for a long time. Excuse me.
Oh, Jesus. Pray for him.
Pray for me.
We apologize for that.
Please, I'm sorry. But people have been stealing other people's works and music and creations for years. And I guess they thought that I was still some substance abuser, drug addicted, prostitute out in the world that wasn't paying attention.
Now, that was your past life.
Yes, it was my past life.
But you're in a different place
now.
now.
Of course,
and you're keeping an eye on your intellectual property.
The whole reason for my father writing the song Let's Get It On is because he was suffering with addiction from substance abuse and alcohol. And he wrote this song because he was working very hard on his recovery. He actually wrote the song Let's Get It On totally clean and sober. And he remained clean and sober until the day he died.
Does it appear that they will come to the table now? Will there be a potential settlement so it won't go on for years and years and years and all the money is gone?
If they are smart enough, because we actually have Ed Sheeran performing Thinking Out Loud, then he does 2 verses of Let's Get It On, and then he goes back into Thinking Out Loud.
I've seen that on YouTube. Yeah.
So if a jury sees that, he's dead in the water. It would make more sense to come, sit down, talk to me. I'm not angry with Ed Sheeran. He seems to be a nice little fella. But he got to pay to be using Let's Get It On. He got to pay for that.
Records.
Yeah. I got human trafficking survivors to help take care of it and get their lives together. And that's what I use all of my royalties for.
Now, that song, I just looked at it on YouTube, had 1 billion hits, 1 billion views on YouTube alone. There's a lot of money out there.
Yes. But I don't know anything about the money part because I got professionals that handle all of that. I'm going to stay in my lane. And I think I have a very strong defensive team that's put together. And we have crossed all of our T's and dotted all of our I's.
Come back when it's resolved. Thanks a lot, Catherine Griffin Grignon, for coming on. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored. Here's Kylan performing live here at Boudreaux's. And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored, live here at Boudreaux's on 610. Time now for fun and games. We have Miss Guillory and Carmen Contreras with us. What do you have for us this evening?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Right? Shenanigans, a hot mess. But a good deal with Tay-Tay, yes. Taylor Swift. Team Taylor Swift, she's pulling money out of her bank account to donate $1 million to the Louisiana flood relief. With everything that's happening in Louisiana.
$1 million?
$1 million.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
She has it.
She kicked off her tour, her world tour, 1989 world tour in Louisiana.
Right.
She was there for 2 days. She says it is only right because they made her feel like she was at home. And she gave $1 million.
You know, that's only right. They gave her everything they had, so she's giving it right back. Good for her.
Yes. So way to go, Taylor Swift. Now, can we just talk about Kanye West?
No. Why?
Can we talk about
Do we have to?
Kanye West? Okay. So he's got these pop-up stores. We have one here in Houston. Folks lined up last night at 10 o'clock in the Galleria to get a hold of Kanye West Pablo merchandise.
Is it even affordable?
No. Okay,
So
but
this ain't gonna work. I can't.
But
get it with this.
I made it affordable. I made it affordable. See,
come on. All right,
now,
come on.
Let's go ahead and talk about this shirt right here, okay?
Can I get that for $1?
Okay, this is the Pablo Kanye West t-shirt. I will sell to you for $20 because these t-shirts like this go for $45.
Mish gonna put 4 on it.
Okay.
Though. I'm gonna put 4 on
Lick
it.
'em and stick 'em, boo. I'm Miss Pabla and this is Pablo, okay? I got you. Now, so folks lined up to buy the Pablo merchandise and 3 t-shirts, $200.
That's ridiculous.
That is.
Well, I mean, if you choose to do that, if you can afford it. But personally, it would be okay.
He
Go ahead.
got that Taylor Swift money.
What about the lady that walked out and spent $5,000?
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So the store's only going to be here for this weekend in the Galleria. So go get your Pablo merchandise. He's going to be here September
2 minutes
28th.
left.
Okay, let's talk about her husband, J.J. Watt, Texans defensive end. He was challenged by The Rock to do the 22 push-up challenge. Now, this was fun for him, and he did it. He managed to do his 22 push-ups, and he tweeted out, "Push-ups are part of my rehab, doctor approved." So he's allowed to do it, guys. He had back surgery earlier this year.
People will get outraged.
I know, they were getting upset, but he hashtagged doctor approved, and he hashtagged push-ups are part of my rehab. But here's why he did it. It's kind of like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Right.
They want to bring awareness to U.S. vets who commit suicide. And so they say about, is it 22 vets?
22,
Every day. Kill themselves.
PTSD.
Yeah, as a
post-traumatic
result.
stress
Houston
syndrome.
firefighters, I got to shout out to them because they've been on my timeline. They've been doing the challenge. Houston Fire Inspector Eric Presley is currently doing the challenge right now. He is on his 3rd day. So what up, Mr. Eric?
Let's do it. Let's get that
Third
in.
day
So,
doing 22?
The 22,
22
yeah.
22
Because you got to do
push-ups.
22 push-ups a day for 22
Oh, I thought
days.
it took him 3 days to do 22 push-ups.
It would take us
No,
3 days.
no, it would take us a year. Yeah.
1 minute.
No. Okay, last story. Eddie Murphy doesn't do diapers, but he does do babies.
Yeah,
He's on his
lots of
9th
babies.
child. 9th baby.
9.
5 baby mamas, 9 babies. So he just had his 9th child and said, I don't do diapers. Now what that really translates into is I'm rich and I don't have to.
Okay.
What he said was, I don't do it very well and it wouldn't be very fair to the baby. Really?
Yeah.
Just say I'm rich and I don't have to. That's all you got to do. Hey, by the way, though, back to that challenge, though. If you want to donate to the cause, the 22 challenge, 22 push-up challenge, just go online and look up, just hashtag 22 push-up challenge. You can actually donate money to the cause to bring awareness to those vets. We couldn't get away without doing that.
Thank
and
you,
one
ladies.
last one. Hey, Mama Guillory, we love you.
All right.
1 fan.
We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored. Here's Kylan Live.
2 of the greatest gymnastics coaches in the history of the sport return from the Olympics with their American legacy secure. Bella Caroli retired after the 2000 Olympics. Marta just finished her final Olympics as a national team coordinator for USA Women's Gymnastics, and she goes out with a bang.
It's very hard right now. Is reality. It was a little bit. I became sentimental at the time when the girls on what will be the name of the team, the final 5. So then hit me. Yes, this really the end.
Marta watched spring Simone Biles tie an Olympic record with 4 gold medals, and her 5 total medals tied the American record. Many consider Simone the best of all time.
I have to agree for our times, she is definitely the best. I know Nadia Comaneci was the best in 76 for that era, but for our era, Simone is definitely top set off.
Simone is the very best at this time, but just like Marta said, Nadia and Mary Lou, those both were great on daytime. So everybody on daytime, they was very, very, very visible. They made a huge contribution to the sport of gymnastics.
It's only fitting that we covered University of Houston President Dr. Renu Couture and head football coach Tom Herman helping students move into the dorms on the UH campus, because UH athletics may be on the move as well. The Big 12 has already asked the school for its formal letter expressing interest in membership. Because of a confidentiality agreement, neither can say a whole lot.
Here is our winning card, trump card here, and I think we definitely have all the credentials to be looked at very seriously.
Those decisions are made well above my pay grade, and they're made by presidents and boards of regents and sometimes politicians, but I'm happy that our university has put itself in the forefront of that conversation.
Dr. Couture, who makes it an annual tradition to help students move in on campus, is hopeful Big 12 schools not in Texas will not block another Texas school from getting in.
I certainly hope not, because people can see we are in the big media market. They can see our trajectory academically. I mean, I think we are an asset to no matter what group, where we are.
Rockets guard Pat Beverly and his mother Lisa giving back to the community Friday afternoon. 50 kids from the 5th Ward getting backpacks filled with school supplies from the Beverly family.
It's definitely a blessing for me to be able to do this, a blessing for me to be able to, play this game and give back to the Houston community that's done a great job in giving all their support and helping us. So, I mean, this is the least I can do.
Texas Southern held its football media day at BBVA Compass Stadium. It's a new era under new head coach Michael Haywood, who is experiencing a fresh start as well.
I think it's a great opportunity to have your whistle back. It's a great opportunity to walk on the field and help change the lives of young student athletes, teach them the appropriate way to compete and to be champions in this world.
And former Rockets guard Jason Terry tells Fox 26 he'll sign with the Bucks. Mark Berman, Fox 26 Sports.
And congratulations to the Astros beating Baltimore 15-8. Now it's time for Factor Gears, where people in the community give back to the community. Here on The Factor, we have with us Pastor Alan Lamar Patterson. I got confused, from Mount Corinth Church, and I've known you such a long time. Also, Warren Broadnax from She's Happy Hair. Now, first of all, you guys gave a very big donation to a local high school. Pastor, tell us a little bit about that and why.
That's correct. Phyllis Wheatley High School is 89 years old, going on 90. Our church is 120. There's never been a partnership in the community between the two. God gave me the vision to reach out. He's been pouring out blessings to them and through us as a community and a church. So they had a dilapidated washer and dryer. They couldn't, no resources to fix it. We stepped in. Not only did we supply them with a commercial-sized washer and dryer, we gave them an additional commercial-sized washer and dryer for the girls' athletic department and also for the boys' athletic department.
$8,000 value.
$8,000.
And you did more.
And then last Sunday, Dr. Shirley Rose Gilliam came in, the principal of Wheatley. She attended church along with the student body president. We gave them $5,000 check for students in dire need of financial assistance, not able to get uniforms. So Monday morning, they won't have to worry about what they're going to wear on their back. Car rim stepped in, and we just want to say that, it's a blessing to be a blessing.
All right. Also with us is Warren Broadnax from She's Happy Hair. You guys have been busy for the last 2 weekends, plus before that, giving back to the community. This weekend, what are you doing?
Well, tomorrow at our South Loop location, we'll be having a box truck. We'll be the drop-off location for the hurricane relief for Baton Rouge. So from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can come by, bring supplies. We're going to fill up a box truck and drive it to help the people that were affected by the hurricane in Baton Rouge. And Saturday will be our 4th annual She's Happy Hair Back to School Cuts for Kids at all 3 of our Houston locations. You can come by there, and we'll have free haircuts for boys. So we want to make sure those boys are fresh and getting ready for the first day of back to school Monday.
All right, Warren from She's Happy Hair, Pastor Patterson from Mount Corinth. I want to thank you guys for coming on the Isiah Factor.
Shout out to Team Car Rent.
We'll be back after this.
Under the lover's tree that seemed through the eyes of my mind, I reach out for the part of them that
And throughout the entire show tonight, Kylan has been performing live for us here at Boudreaux's, and he will be performing this weekend at the House of Blues, and we're going to leave you with him on The Factor Uncensored.
This song is for a good man out there. Woman, when you look at me, you're looking at a man that's sure. If you could only see, there is so much more to me. You see, I need someone mature. There's one thing I'm sure, I can only take so much, you see, without a good woman by me. God made me to be the head of my family, so I'm taking my place. And the woman who gets me, she gets herself a good man. Good man. Oh, good man. Good man. You're looking at a good man, yeah. You see, a woman needs a good man, a good man. good man. You're looking at a good man. When you get me, you get yourself a good man. You see, woman, I'm the kind of man for what is right day and night. But I need some good support, cause everything I have and do without you. Woman, no, I'm a secure man, but loving you makes me better. Got me to be the head of my family. You see, cause everything in my world means nothing without a good girl. You're looking at a good man. I'm a good man, baby. Yeah, yeah. Oh, good man. You see, a woman needs a good man. And I'm a good man, baby. Yeah. Oh, you see, I need a girl that understands my needs.
This newscast brought to you by Carpet Giant.
And she's loving on me. And you know what? And she's praying for me. Yeah.